Hello and welcome back to Water. My name is Vista. Today we're back with Kakenuke Seishun Sparking. I started this video a lot late because I was dealing with things. Preparatory things. Anyways. Let's just go and enjoy it. Nagiko scooped up a spoonful of ice cream and held the utensils out to me. Ah. Brain freeze. Nah, I'm fine. Alright, my turn next. Scooped up an optimal amount to avoid giving a brain freeze and held out the spoon to her. Nagiko, say on. Nagiko's cheeks tinged red with the spoon in front of her. You just did it to me, though. You're shy to strangers' ways. Really? Nagiko bashfully gazed up at me. I was overwhelmed with the desire to hug her right then and there. Whoa, cold! My fingers are all sticky. I was still holding the spoon out to her. The ice cream had melted and dribbled onto my fingers. Nagiko softly propped my hand up with her own. Hey? Nagiko, what are you doing? She'd caught me off guard, and after she had turned down going off at me. Isn't this way more embarrassing than having me feed you? It seemed to have clicked. She released my hands in a fluster and hung her head. They totally saw us! Nagiko, I think I'm cooled off enough now. Why don't we head out? Honestly, couldn't take another second of this. We left the restaurant and walked through the shopping district with our arms linked. Maybe just a little. Actually, why did you start licking my fingers like that? No, not really. Maybe happy nonetheless. If anything, I'd like her to do it some more. But listen, you're the type to get swept up at the moment, right? I also heard that that love is war, actually. It makes sense why they were calling us lovebirds. Perhaps we had dropped our guards too much now that we were intimate. We need to be more mindful of our surroundings. I didn't give it any real thought, but let me think. We're out on a long-awaited date. We want to go somewhere we can enjoy ourselves together. Oh, there they go. Someone abruptly called out to us. This was my imagination, right? And woman was looking at us, and more specifically, she was staring at Nagiko. May I ask who you are? She didn't seem like a weirdo at first glance.
ごめんなさいね。いきなり声をかけられても困りますよね。実は私、こういうものでして。
quickly out a business card.
これって
Don't tell me. The card utilizes the same name as the major surfing pet
サ
magazine.
マータイムズ社の五十嵐さん？
Oh, sorry, I thought they were looking at someone like maybe their size but a bit taller. I didn't know they were talking to a gremlin. So guys, I'm kind of disappointed that my annoying senpai from work, or whatever the English title was, ended when it did.
サーパラの出版
The sponsor of the beach surfing competition, the Purple Show of Surf Para. Wait. Oh no, they said two different things. We turned to each other after speaking in unison. Surf Para, as in that surfing listings magazine?
ええ、私が購読してるあのサーパラだけど、スポンサーってどういうこと？
Her name is in the list of sponsors for the tournament the other day. She was also the one who shared the video from the tournament he had shown me before. Oh, I see. So, that's why? That explained how the magazine had info about local tournaments. And the reason why footage from the tournament had been uploaded online. I could more or less surmise the pretext behind those.
その様子だと我が社のことはご存知のようね。
はい、サーパラは迷子を購読してます。
ありがとう。読者にそう言ってもらえるのはすごく嬉しいわ。
But what does someone from Surf Para want with us?
カイドウナギコさんだったよね。
はい、そうですけど、どうして私の名前を？
先日のサーフィン大会で特別賞を受賞してたからね。覚えてるに決まってるでしょ。でもあれは惜しかったね。最後の最後にワイプアウトしなければ確実に5位には入れたと思うわ。ありがと
うございます。サーパラの人にそう言ってもらえて嬉しいです。
それにカイドウさんは今ネットでとても有名だからね。
I could tilt her head curiously at Igarashi's comment. Hadn't had a chance to tell Nagiko about the videos yet, after all. You're a hot topic online right now. They're calling you a super schoolgirl. And there's the incredibly gorgeous surfer as well.
何それ?
Remember how Ichiri uploaded a video of you online a while back? I'm not sure who recorded you after that, but someone uploaded a video from when you skateboarded for those kids at a park.
我が社でも先日の大会の様子を動画配信してるのよ。5位までの入賞者と特別賞の人の分までだけど。
そうだったんだ。
Nagiko replied shyly when she was presented with this information. Approached us because Nagiko's into defense.
もちろんそれもあるわ。
Part of it, meaning there's more.
実はカイドウさんとお話ししたいと思っていたのよ。
お話ですか？
現在人気急上昇中の美人すぎるサーファー。先日の大会を見る限り技術も悪くない。うちとしては声をかけないわけにはいかないでしょ。単刀直入に言うわね。カイドウさん、プロサーファーになる気ない？学園卒業後プロサーファー養成のスクールへ。スクールを出た後全国各地で行われるトライアルへの旅費や参加費の援助すべて我が社でバックアップするわ。
そんなに？
Wow.
私がプロ
Nagiko seemed to feel the same as I did. Scale of what she'd been asked for left her
ただし
speechless.
ただで援助ってわけにはいかないのよ。今後うちの雑誌であなたの情報を独占的に掲載させてもらう。それから専属のスポンサー契約も結ぶことになるわ。
スポンサー契約？
あなたは我が社の所属選手として各大会に出場することになるのよ。どうかしら。
The issue is that kind of would get in the way of the whole inheriting the dojo thing. Is that gonna be the fucking conflict here?
でも
Nagiko glanced over at me, seeming unsure what to do. As it all happened so suddenly that she didn't seem able to fully make sense of it. Does she have to give an answer right now?
まさか養成スクールやプロ云々は学園卒業してからの話よ。あなたの将来に関わることだからゆっくりと考えて答えが出たら連絡してね。
ありがとうございます。少し考えさせてください。
Nagiko gripped tightly onto my arm, almost as if displaying the uncertainty deep in her heart.
いらっしゃいませ、カイドウ先輩。
To our mutual surprise, Ritsu welcomed us with a smile when we made it to my place.
お邪魔します。こんな時間に悪いわね。いえ、気にしないでください。どうせお兄ちゃんが無理を言って連れてきたんでしょうし。
Rude, I haven't forced her into anything.
本当にエッチなことしようとか考えてない？
There's no way I would when I know you were here. What did you take me for?
つまり、私がいなければしちゃうつもりだった。と
Ritsu!
冗談だよ。
If he was a chat, he would just be like, I will not deny this. The possibility exists.
お兄ちゃんとカイドウ先輩の仲がいいから、ちょっとからかっただけ。
Or something else. Could you seriously not see how embarrassed Nagiko was right now? So to avoid a misunderstanding.
そうそう、お兄ちゃんにお話があったんだ。あさって女子会でお泊まり会をしようって響ちゃんに誘われてるの。行ってきてもいいかな？
I don't mind. I'll make sure you don't cause her too much trouble.
兄じゃあるまいし、そんなことしないよ。
She had a point. I wanted to argue the whole she wasn't me part, but Ritsu really was a good girl.
お兄ちゃんは参加できないから、カイドウ先輩も不参加ですよね。私は何も考えてないんだけど。
She replied only to turn towards me. Ritsu wasn't being as suggestive as she had been earlier. But I assume Nagiko must have been picturing something in the same vein. Hey Ritsu, you're making things awkward for her.
お兄ちゃんのためを思ってるんだよ。とにかく、あさっては私が泊まりでいないって覚えておいて。
Trying to be considerate and all that is nice and all, but just... You're essentially like, hey, you two can fuck the day after tomorrow. Have fun. That is too much. You know Nagito-ko to be quite the shy girl deep down when it comes to stuff like that. She's just gonna feel awkward. If you gotta do shit like that, do it when she's leaving. So the awkward air is not going to be there for the rest of the day. Got it. Saving such an oddly considerate little sister came with its own shared problems. Anyhow, Nagiko, let's go to my room.
カイドウ先輩、どうぞごゆっくり。
Itsu saw us off from the living room with a knowing smirk.
お邪魔します。
Yeah, come on in, don't be shy. This isn't your first time here, you know. You don't need to be so nervous.
それはわかってるけど、ユウの部屋に来たのってあの日以来だから、ついいろいろ思い出しちゃって。
She certainly had a point. Like, why? I want to know why the fucking TV is just placed here. Like, why is he gonna sit to watch? So weirdly placed. At night, here in this bed, we... ... Okay, good. They didn't remember.
ユウ、わざわざ思い出さなくていいから。
But you're the one who brought it up, though.
そうだけど、落ち着かなくなっちゃうじゃない。ユウに相談したいから落ち着ける場所に来たのに。
Sorry. I questioned going back to the restaurant, so I invited her over here. Creating a weird atmosphere would be putting the cart before the horse. I assume you wanted to talk about what happened earlier? About that woman from the magazine we ran into downtown, and about the sponsorship contract. It really came out of left field, huh? I would have thought she was going to offer you a sponsorship contract.
今もまだ信じられないかも。夢じゃないよね。
Yeah, it's not a dream. So what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna sign with him or go pro?
わかんない。なんか話が急すぎて 全然理解が追いついてないし、スーパー女子学生なんて呼ばれてる実感なんてないし、それにさ、私ずっと家の道場を継ぐと思ってたから。
She had a point. That had always been an option for her. Are you still planning on taking over the dojo?
それはもちろん、合気道は好きだし、道場の門下生たちも大事だし、ずっとそう思ってたこともあって、それ以外は考えられなかったくらいだもの。
I see. Feelings on the matter hadn't wavered by the sound of it. What do you think about going pro then?
なりたいかなりたくないかで言えば、なりたい。私もあの大会に来ていたプロの人みたいにすごい技を決めたい。
Yeah, that's the thing though. In order to do that, you don't need to go pro. Like, you can't just be a hobbyist surfer and enjoy the art, enjoy the sport for the art of it. While she does seemingly want to take over the dojo in earnest. Like, there is no, like, I want to continue doing Aikido. No, I love Aikido and I want to continue teaching Aikido, but I also want to do sick tricks. You don't need to be an actual pro to do the sick tricks. You can just continue being a hobbyist.
いろんな人に私の技を見てもらいたい。だけど
Naiko stammered. Until now, Nagio had a clear picture of what a future would look like. That was no longer the case now that she'd been offered to take a different path.
ねえ、ユウ、私はどうしたらいいと思う？
That's difficult for me to answer. What should I say in this situation? If I were to pick one way or the other, it seemed to me, likely to me that Nagio would have regrets in either outcome. Can I not be greedy and say both?
ちょっと現実的じゃないかも。スクールに行くって言ってたけど、ここら辺にはないはずだし、トライアルの試合に出まくるってなったら、多分日本だけじゃなくて世界中飛び回ることになると思う。
Traveling overseas, huh?
少なくとも合気道どころじゃなくなるんじゃないかな。
But does it have to be that way?
それは、私もそこまで詳しいわけじゃないし、さっきのだって想像でしかないし。
Why don't you try asking for more information? Maybe you'll be able to reach some sort of compromise.
そうかな。
Didn't think it was entirely out of the realm of possibility. Well, even if you do choose one or the other, I'll support you as best as I can if this is what you want to do.
ありがとう、ユウ。
On that note, enough of the serious talk. This was the rare occasion with Nagiko in my room. It'd be a shame if we solely focused on serious conversation. Nagiko, it's time to flirt!
イチャイチャって。
We're alone now, after all. No one is around to tease us, no matter how much we flirt. We could be as sappy pervert as we want. So, Nagiko.
ちょっとユウ
Approached a visibly bewildered Nagiko. Would you give me a lap pillow?
エッチなことはダメって、あれ膝枕
Nagiko was about to turn me down until she heard what I'd said and stared blankly at me. I'd like to try at least once. That is, of course, assuming you're not opposed.
そっか、膝枕ね。もちろんいいに決まってるじゃない。
In that case, I'd very much want you to. Couldn't miss the opportunity to tease her when she laughed and attempt to downplay the situation. Did you assume something else entirely? I seem to recall you saying nothing pervy. Nagiko, what in the world were you imagining? You have been sneaking glances over at my bed since you got here.
それ以上言わなくていいから。
Oh! She grabbed firmly onto my head. Nagiko called me inward and practically shoved my face into her thighs. Oh! Whoa. For as many sports as she played, her thighs sure were soft. My face was buried into her lap and she continued pushing down on my head from above. I just so happened to be positioned in a way that shoved my nose between the crevices of his...
ちょっと口をもごもごしないで。
I was having trouble breathing and tapped on Nagiko's legs. That only served to tickle her, prompting Nagiko to push down on my head even harder.
にどうしちゃ。もう、おとなしくしてなさい。
If that's how you feel, then go all easy on me. Now that I was free, I rolled over and looked up at the ceiling. Felt like I had finally reached a place where I was meant to relax. The eyes were very comfortable against the back of my head.
手加減してほしければ余計なことを言わなければいいのよ。そしたらいくらでも膝枕くらいしてあげるのに。
It's not like I can help that. Anyone would feel compelled to tease you when you react that way. It was all Nagiko's fault for being cute.
あれは優が紛らわしいから。もうエッチなことばっかり考えて。
I should say that about you. No, never mind. Just as she was about to grab my head again, I quickly changed topics. Didn't want to part with the sensation, or I finally got to save her against the back of my head.
素直でよろしい。そのエッチなことは二人きりの時にね。近くにリツがいるし、今日は絶対にダメなんだから。
Yeah, I get it. Nagiko's face darkened and her gaze shifted elsewhere. I nearly grinned from how cute she was. The whole time I had her give me this lap pillow, we enjoyed a flirty conversation.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。海だー。
Surprisingly, that was a lot less energy than I fucking thought it would have.
海だー。海だー。海だー。
I guess there's energy in it, but at the same time, it's like also like vaguely like, yeah, you know? Like less hype, more like, oh hell yeah.
さあ、今日も青春部の活動を頑張るわよ。とは言っても、今日は全員集合じゃないっすけどね。鹿島も神楽坂も家の用事じゃ仕方ないわ。
It wasn't like every club member would always be free. Days like this were bound to happen.
それで、今日はみんなでサーフィンってことでいいのよね。そうね。私とひじりさんは無理しない程度に遊んでるわ。だからナギは思いっきりやっちゃって。ありがとう。
She'd been stressing out about the sponsorship offer. I was sure riding the wave would give her the change of pace she needed to help clear her head.
それと、ユウはナギのフォローね。あんたが私たちの方に来ると、ナギが集中できなさそうだし。そんなことないわよ。いやー、そんなことあると思うっすよ。最近のカイドウ先輩は嫉妬の波動に目覚めてる感じがするっす。ってことで、私はあっちでやってるから、二人で思う存分イチャついてなさい。
That said, Ibiki grabbed her board and ran off into the distance.
もう、響きは。あれでいて、内心は寂しいんじゃないっすかね。幼馴染といとこを同時に取られたようなものっすし。
That's one way to think about it. Was it the same for Ritsu too? I should pay a little more attention to her when I was at home.
あれってもしかして、あれじゃない？
マジで謎のスーパー女子学生。
We could hear some hushed voices. Nagiko turned when the onlooker started.
やっぱりそうだって、間違いないよ。
そう、やばすぎ。マジで美人すぎるんだけど。ねえねえ、動画見たよ。私、めちゃくちゃファンなの。握手して。
それくらいなら、いいですけど。やったー！私も
The female surfers both wanted a handshake from Nagiko. Despite her embarrassment, Nagiko reciprocated the gesture.
まあ、こうなるっすよね。
What do you mean?
例の動画、めちゃくちゃバズってるんす。もちろん、自分の上げたやつの天才は消させたっすけどね。他の動画はめちゃくちゃすごい再生数っすよ。
For real? Fucking Shiori offered the corner, like, looking at the video that was uploaded against her, fucking, like, without her knowledge, just like, why is it that this immediately has more views than my stuff?
なんか照れるわね。
After chatting for a while, Nagiko headed back over to us. Don't exactly look unhappy about it.
そりゃあね、応援されたり褒められるのは純粋に嬉しいもの。まあ、いきなり声をかけられて驚いたけど、 それだけ動画が広まってるってことっすね。つまりきっかけは聖ってこと？いやー、自分のはまだまだ弱いっすよ。一番の火付けは大会じゃないっすかね。
She had a point given the timing at which Nagiko had gone viral.
でも最初はやっぱりあんたじゃない。動画をアップするって聞いた時はどうかと思ったけど、一応お礼を言っておく。そんなに褒められると恐縮っす。さーて、それじゃあ私も波に乗ってこようかな。今ならすごい技も決められる気がするわ。
Nagiko picked up her board with a dazzling smile. Was using the board she was now most familiar with, a shortboard.
じゃあちょっと行ってくる。
With all the servers, including the ladies from earlier cheering her on, Nagiko dove into the ocean.
ああ、もう最高。
Hey, Nagiko! Don't latch onto me without warning! Considering she was also still wet, I could feel her cling to me like crazy. Nagiko didn't seem the least bit concerned.
だってさ、めちゃくちゃ調子いいんだよ。こんなの初めてかも。今までできなかった技もバンバン決まるし、無理かもってタイミングでもなんとかなるし、最高。
Oh! This time she pressed her face into my chest, not to mention rubbing it into me affectionately. Okay, I get it. Give me some space. It's a bit much when we're out in public.
ごめん。
Nagiko was somewhat famous now. What's more, we were on a beach with plenty of surfers. That would naturally bring a lot of attention to us. You're alright, though. Seemed like you were in perfect form. Bet it's exhilarating to land so many tricks.
そうなのよ。私って才能あるのかな。思ったより時間かけずにプロになれるかも。そしたら道場を継ぐのに影響ないかもしれないし。
She pulled back, but her arms are still laced around mine and she appeared to be in good spirits.
そういえば響たちはどうしたの？姿が見えないけど。
Those two went home without us. Looked like we were having a lot of fun out there. They said they'd leave without bothering you.
そうなんだ。悪いことしたかも。
Nah, I can't imagine either of them feel that way about that. Especially considering they even teased me while they left. Wouldn't you rather have some alone time tonight? Or so they joked. Well, it's about time we took off too.
そうね。ねえ、ユウ。
What's up?
あの話だけどさ、電話してもう少し詳しく聞いてみることにする。
I see. All this talk about going pro. If she had joined the Navy. I don't know. You certainly sound like she was gonna go for it. I respect her decision. And I'll support you no matter what.
ありがとう。ユウ、大好き。
She whispered her love into my ear. And she pressed a soft kiss against my cheek.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
Morning.
おはようお兄ちゃん。朝ごはんは用意できてるからね。
Thanks as always, Ritsu.
どういたしまして。
Oh, are you going out somewhere? She noticed that Ritsu was getting ready for an outing. With a decent amount of luggage at that.
前も言ったと思うけど、今日は女子会があるから。
Oh yeah, that was today. Completely slipped my mind.
もしもの時のヘルプも準備しておいたけど、寂しくなったら電話してもいいよ。私が慰めてあげる。
Are you dumb? Don't make fun of your brother.
じゃあ行ってくるね。
Yeah, say hi to everyone for me.
はーい。
Ritsu cheerfully headed out. Now then, I better hurry up and get things ready on my end too. I have plans of my own today. Thanks for the meal. Finished the meal Ritsu had prepared for me and started to get ready to leave the mall.
はーい、カイドウさん、こっちよ。
お待たせしてすみません。それと呼び出すような真似もしてしまって。
そんなこと全然気にしなくていいのよ。それにこっちもカイドウさんにお願いしたいことがあったから。
お願いですか？
ええ。
That was when the publisher Igarashi turned toward me. Come to think of it, I guess I hadn't introduced myself. I'm a underclassman and my name's Tono. I have a close personal relationship with her, so...
ああ、なるほどなるほど。青春だね。彼女さんのことが気になってついてきたってところかな。
well, something like that. I'm sorry, this must make it seem like I don't trust
いえい
you.
え、いいのよ。優しい彼氏さんでいいわね。
はい。
それじゃあ喫茶店にでも行きましょう。そこで詳しい話とこっちからのお願いを説明するわね。
On that note, Nagiko and I followed her to hear her out. Then, after we heard the general overview, we migrated to the beach.
お待たせしました。いつもの格好ですけど、これでよかったんですか？
ええ、もちろんよ。欲しい絵は今話題の謎のスーパー女子学生だから、むしろいつものままの方がいいわ。
そうですか。どうしよう。なんか恥ずかしいかも。ねえ、ユウ、変なところない？
No, as far as I can tell. You're the same as always, insanely cute.
もう、調子のいいこと言って。でも、お願いが撮影させてほしいだなんてびっくりしちゃった。
Yeah. I'm sure that's how incredible the response was to your videos. Publisher's request had gone like this. I would like to run an article about you, entirely separate from supporting you going pro and the sponsorship contract. Apparently wanted to run a feature in the magazine on youths, Nagiko included.
私がサーパラに掲載されるのか。しかも、付属の DVD で波に乗ってる映像も入るみたいだし。
Regardless of whatever answer you give to her other proposal, this sounds like it'll make a good experience for you.
そうね。
それじゃあカイドウさん、そろそろ撮影いいかな？
はい。特別なことはしなくていいんですよね。
ええ、いつも通りにやってちょうだい。こっちは自然体なところを撮りたいから。
わかりました。頑張ります。じゃあ、ユウ。ちょっと行ってくるわね。
She winked and dove into the water in high spirits. The camerawoman here with us was making sure to capture her behavior. She'll be alright. She's never been in a situation like this before. Just hope she wasn't
それ
nervous.
じゃあ撮影スタート。
Nagiko paddled out of the open water, kept my gaze fixed on her.
よし、この波。
I got far enough out to the water and waited for a wave. Once a good one rolled in, she smoothly performed a takeoff. A bad start, I think. As always, Nagiko looked beautiful as she rode the waves. Found myself captivated by her.
このままスピードを上げて。
She fell. She lost her balance in the middle of going up and down the wave.
すみません。もう一度やります。
焦らなくていいからね。リラックスして。
Is this the part where I should say take two? Nagiko once again paddled her way out into the open water.
今度こそ。
She had no issues going for a takeoff to riding. She was moving along smoothly without getting worked up about her initial failure.
波がちょっと熱すぎるのかしら。でも、それならこれで。
She skillfully got up to speed. He saw the main.
よし、今だ。
She calculated timing and leapt to a straight air.
やば。
Nagiko! She full on wiped down just before she was about to go airborne. She'd be alright after falling like she had.
すみません。次は成功させます。
She was alright. It was a relief when I saw her emerge safely from the underwater. Wasn't she in pretty bad form?
こっちのことはいいから。それより怪我はない？
はい、大丈夫です。
Nagiko headed towards the open water for a third time.
はあ、
It's normal to be nervous when you're suddenly on fucking camera with the chance of be published in a fucking magazine. There in the restaurant, Nagiko let out a quiet sigh. She had clearly been shocked by this. Nagiko, you're right. Look awfully upset to me.
たまたま調子が悪かっただけよ。全然問題ないわ。まあ、言うにはちょっと情けないところも見せちゃったけどさ、日を改めればまたバンバン技を決められるから。
But...
大丈夫。本当に私は何ともないから。
Got it. This was what happened when the subject shifted to the photo shoot. Nagiko forced a smile.
撮影は日を改めてってことになったし、その時は一発で技を決めてみせるわ。
That's good. At this point, just be like, yeah, no, the shoot is not here. She's just like sitting here to like gather material to write about. No photo shoot needed. And then just shoot the photos anyways. And afterwards, we actually took the photos to trick you a little bit, because now you weren't nervous about people taking photos of you.
この前の大会のエキシビジョンで見たでしょ？ボードの上でバックフリップしたやつ。あれとかもチャレンジしてみてもいいと思うの。技といえばエアーって思ってたけど、プロって見せ方がうまいわよね。私も撮影であんな感じでバンって技を決めるの。
Yeah, alright. I know you'll pull it off, Nagiko. Not good behavior.
もちろんよ。エアー以外の技もいろいろあるしね。何も今日みたいに無理にエアーにこだわる必要もない。
She expectedly cut her comment short. Nagiko hung her head, hiding her face. Her shoulders began to tremble. Nagiko.
私、失敗した。ちっともいいところなかった。
She cried because she was trying to accept reality. To be honest, I wasn't entirely sure what to say in the situation. Nagiko, I'll cook dinner for you tonight. Why don't you come to my place after this? She didn't reply. Instead, she gave me a slight nod. Let's head to my place then. There's a chance someone could see us if we went out to a restaurant to go over what happened. One of us could raise our voice mid-conversation, or she could break down crying. I didn't want to be in public if either scenario would have happened. Alright, shall we? I want to encourage Nagiko-sama. With that sentiment in mind, Nagiko and I made our way back to my place.
ねえ、ユウ、本当に大丈夫？もう結構な時間が経ってるけど。
Just a little longer. I stood in front of the stove with my phone in hand. After promising to make Nagiko a handmade meal, I had to make sure it was perfect. Though I'm not much of a cook, I'll certainly try my best all the same. It'll be a meal worthy of an athlete.
その気持ちは嬉しいけど、本当に大丈夫なの？なんか変な匂いもしてるんだけど。
Followed the recipe I found on a nutritional science site to a T, so it should be fine. The comment made me feel uneasy, though.
ちょっとどいて、味見してみる。
Hold on! I'm still in the middle of making it! Scooped up a spoonful from the pot without waiting. Nagiko stuck it in her mouth with zero hesitation.
まずい。
Huh, really?
ほら、
I rolled up the spoon she held out for me. In doing so, my mouth was immediately assaulted by a harsh bit of flavor. How did that even happen? Followed the recipe exactly.
大丈夫よ、ユウ。元気出して。誰だって失敗くらいあるんだから。
Yeah, Nagiko should have been upset, but wound up comforting me instead. Maybe I'd exceeded in cheering her up. I felt crazily conflicted. I mean, you did just essentially unlock the perfect fucking situation. Like, oh, don't worry, it's fine. Everyone makes mistakes. Oh yeah, so do you. Don't worry about today's surfing. You were nervous because of the photo shoot. You're gonna be fine next time.
ちょっとそのサイト見せて。
Here. She leaned in close, basically to my arm, and peeked at my phone from the side. Oh.
何よ、急に耳元で声を上げて。
Nothing. I accidentally raised my voice from her soft tits pressing up against my arm. Once more, she smiled incredible. It was making me feel jittery.
ちょっとユウ、その角度じゃ画面が見づらい。もっとこっちに向けて。
Like this? She was having trouble seeing and leaned against me more. I did my best to remain calm now that I was in this situation.
何これ、 味は二の次の栄養だけのメニューじゃない。レシピ通りに作っても美味しくならないわよ。
Oh, seriously? What was noted in small print off in the corner? Huh? How did I miss this? Is that what happened? I've been so lost in thought now that we were alone. Sure or not, I'll pass anything that doesn't taste good.
もう仕方ないわね、ユウは。でもありがとう。さっきまではちょっと気分が落ち込んでたけど、私のために一生懸命になってるユウを見て元気が出てきたみたい。私も手伝うから一緒になんとかしましょう。ほら、まずはこの鍋の中をどうにかしましょう。うまく味を整えられればいいんだけど。
Got it.
とりあえず私がなんとかしてみる。ユウはその都度味見して。
Yeah, leave it to me. I planned to treat Nagiko to a home-cooked meal was quickly falling apart. I'd hoped to encourage her somehow, but it felt like I was going nowhere fast.
こうやって二人で台所に立つのは新鮮かも。なんか恋人というか夫婦的な感じするし。
Nagiko's smile left such an impact on me. It was like she had my heart in a vice grip. I grinned so hard it felt it nearly hurt. Yeah, anyways, let's whip this right up and get eating.
任せて。とはいえ、どこから手をつけたものか。別の鍋に小分けにして、そっちで試してみましょうか。
Yeah, does this work?
うん、十分。
She set up the extra pots I'd given her and started seasoning them. Of course, that wasn't all. Naturally, one helping wouldn't be enough, which was what prompted Nagiko to prepare other dishes simultaneously.
ユウ、食べられないものとか苦手なものってなかったわよね。
Nope, all good here.
了解。じゃあ手早く高タンパクな肉料理を追加するわね。
Ooh, something about this felt so right. I'd seen Ritsu cook countless times, but this was something else entirely.
何？
It's nothing.
変なの。さっきからこっちをまじまじ見てるくせに。あ、この味をちょっと試してみてくれる？はい。
Tell that contents of the seasoned pot of food to me. Not quite there?
やっぱりか。ユウが作ってた料理の手直し、ちょっと難航しそうね。じゃあ、口直しにこっち。
That's delicious. Was this meat soaked in sauce? A rather refreshing flavor and was quite tasty.
これなら大丈夫そうね。ユウ好みの味付けになってるみたいだし、よかったわ。
Sweet smile rose to her face. Nagiko, perhaps this was the best possible outcome after screwing up our meal. Nagiko had her smile back too. It was the first thought came to mind.
ユウ、後片付けは私に任せて。
Nagiko said we're collecting the dishes from our meal. No, you should sit down and relax. I'll take care of it.
ご飯をごちそうになったんだし、これくらいはさせて。
I'd say it was more of a group effort.
それでもよ。それに、こういうのってお嫁さんみたいな感じがして楽しいし。だから、ね。慣れない料理をして疲れただろうし。
Yeah, I get it. Something told me that if she insisted this much, it would be better to let her have her way. It was also true that I had worked up a sweat doing something so out of my comfort zone. I was poorly knowing I was having fun tidying up. Alright, I'll go take a shower while I can.
了解。ゆっくりシャワー浴びてきて。
Nagiko saw me off with a beaming smile and a nod, and I briefly migrated back to my room. Change your clothes, I guess this'll do. Inadvertently muttered to myself after grabbing a brand new pair of underwear. Now, there was no special meaning behind it being new underwear. It was meaningless, but I am alone with Nagiko right now. Wait, no. Don't. You can't. No weird thoughts. There was nothing going on. I wasn't going to do anything. Just think about surfing. There's no point getting my hopes up. I'm here to encourage Nagiko, aren't I? Oh, so I thought.
ほら。
That was fucking close. That was fucking close. That was fucking close. I'll have to fucking check that on the tapes. If I actually got that. Fucking 4420? 4420. I'll fucking note down 4420. 4420. I think I managed to fucking save it. I'm not entirely sure though. Might be dependent on if you can see Pinor or not. Actually, let me fucking go back.
ほら
We
よ
actually are safe. At most, we saw, like, side ass from the main character at the bottom. And, like, some Nagiko leg. We were otherwise safe, though. I will check again in post, just to make sure that it was actually nothing. But either way, see you after the H scene. They're done with the seg. I think we should talk about what happened today.
ごめんなさい。さっきはちょっとやりすぎちゃった。
Nagiko replied and hung her head dejectedly. Wait, hold on. Not that. I wasn't talking about that.
そうなの?
Or she'd forget about all that loose stuff that happened in the bathroom. The other thing that happened was more important. I was talking about surfing.
ああ、そっか。でも、反省会ってどんなことするつもりなの?
I want to know why you flubbed the photo shoot so hard. It'll happen again unless you figure out the reason.
まあ、それはわかるけど。
Did you not want to think about what happened this afternoon? Even her tone was slightly evasive.
私自身、なんで失敗したのかわかんないわよ。実際にライディングする直前まで絶対に失敗しないと思ってたし。
Same here. Thought your riding form was just as clean as it usually is.
じゃあ、どうして失敗したの?
I mean, I'm not sure how you expect me to answer. Could think of one reason. Maybe you got worked up because you knew someone was recording.
それは、さすがに初体験だったから。初体験。
God fucking damn it, woman! Nagiko? Oh, she looked. Wait, the bed? Oh, when she said her first time, that came to mind.
なんでもない。それよりも撮影のことよね。
Yeah. She blushed and forced the conversation back on topic.
確かに気負ってたのは間違いないと思う。でも大会の前にも言ったと思うけど、私って見られることは苦にならないのよね。
There's a difference between a small crowd watching and I might be put in a magazine like this.
慣れてるというか、あまり緊張しないって意味で。
Yeah, you did mention something like that before, but you just admitted to getting worked up about it. It's not uncommon for people to freeze up the moment they're in front of a camera. With that being said, you could always refuse to be photographed. His expression darkened at my suggestion. You don't want to turn it down?
せっかくのチャンスだし、頑張りたい。それに、せっかく私に声をかけてくれた五十嵐さんの期待にも応えたい。
I see. Guess you won't be turning her down then. Weren't those the same feelings that led to her getting worked up in the first place? She wanted to seize this chance, wanted to meet expectations. It wasn't entirely likely to put heavy pressure on her, in my opinion. But I didn't want to rain on her parade, at least not right now. Let's go to the beach tomorrow. Why don't you give those tricks one more try?
そうね。多分それでコツをつかみ直せると思う。今日やろうとしたことくらい、なんてことないもの。
Nagiko held her chest high. She must have felt confident in herself.
むしろ、それ以上の技の練習したいかも。次の撮影までにもっとすごい技を覚えたいし。
She was certainly motivated. Her enthusiasm was nothing to scoff at, but I worried if she might be going in circles. Alright, start tomorrow. Let's hold our own training camp.
合宿？泊まったりするの？
Nah, we can't do that.
そうよね。
As nice as that sounded, it was liable to lead to indiscretions. Like what happened to the bath earlier. Alright, tomorrow. What time should we start?
そうね。起きたらここに来る。それでいい？
Of course. With that, our plans were officially solidified. I saw Nagiko off when she left for home, and that marked the end of our day.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。ゆう、朝よ。起きて。
Yeah, I'm gonna end it here for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you next time.
セーブするよ。
Bye bye.